multidisciplinary XR studio delivering breathtaking interactive experiences. So, what are you working on?
Hi guys. Hello everybody. I am Taras, creative director and founder of Zucat, and together with me today is also Taras, our technical director. He is at the booth. And I will be talking today about one of the projects that we created for our gallery in our city. So, what is Zucat? We are a technology-driven studio that utilizes XR, AI, but also traditional technology software development like web, to create custom software for our clients in various domains. As you can see on those nice animated GIFs, we create VR trainings for industrial sector. We create lots of projects in healthcare sector nowadays. It looks like it's booming, which is good. We create XR projects for marketing activations, AI personas. We do stuff in computer vision. Lots of AR-focused projects as well for architecture, for urban planning, and so on and so on. We also do quite a lot of projects for galleries and shows. And as I would say, like everybody would here agree that there is a consensus, incorporating immersive and interactive activations in your exhibitions tends to increase visitor number and general interest of visitors to your show. And to back this up, there is a really interesting study about comparing the kind of effect of different metrics of visitors, like attention, satisfaction, aesthetics, and also education, for immersive exhibitions or exhibitions that have immersive component versus traditional exhibitions. And it looks like exhibitions with immersive component outperform traditional ones on multiple spectra of multiple characteristics, which is cool. So about the project, the theme of the project was, telling the story about Taras Shevchenko, who is Ukrainian, I would say, national icon. He's well-known poet of 19th century, but he was also a really great artist, a painter, right? During his lifetime, he finished around 1,000 works, and in the gallery, they showcased 58 original artworks of himself. And it was the first exhibition where the gallery decided to incorporate interactive and immersive pieces into the traditional kind of show. So for the gallery, we created three installations. The first one is Phygital, which is a combination of physical and digital activation, which was a rolling screen. We created VR experience of Shevchenko, and also 360 projection mapping, basically an animated show about his work. So a couple of words about rolling screen. In a sense, it is a 6-meter long TV screen with a computer mounted on a railings that the user can move left and right, and which corresponds to navigating along the lifetime storyline of Shevchenko from his birth till his death. So in a sense, you can move around and explore what he did during his lifetime. In the screen, we incorporated 2 time-of-flight sensors, which detect the position of the screen and which allows us to basically showcase a precise moment in time, which corresponds with the markings on the wall, like you can see what year was it, in a sense. And we apply also smart kind of filtering of position to allow you to have it run smoothly. You can see kind of a small animation of how it actually works. Couple of kind of background thoughts. So the production timeline for this exhibition was kind of aggressive. So pretty much all of our vendors that do hardware skipped. They said we don't want to do anything with that in those time. And we had to do it all by ourselves. It was our kind of first experience doing hardware. which taught us a couple of lessons. That having done and planned everything first digitally, remeasuring everything 100 times is crucial. It allows you, not to fail in the actual installation. Doing kind of smaller playtime activation before the actual activation is also crucial to make sure that everything works and combines together. And yeah, so this is about Phygital activation. The next one is creating VR experience of home of the pods that was never built. As you know, VR is a great tool of letting user immerse himself into spaces that are not possible to be visited in real life. And this is exactly a great example of that. So during his lifetime, the poet was dreaming about building his own place. In 1860, he actually drew a blueprint about his dream house. But the year after he died, and was never able to actually create it. And within this experience, we used as plans, we recreated the exterior and a couple of interior spaces, which let you experience what his dream house was. This is a first room. There's his working area. And yeah, we consulted a lot with National Museum of Taras Shevchenko in Kyiv for historical accuracy. Also interesting point about this activation is that it started as a classical VR LBE experience. So we have a full room multiplayer set. But the success of the exhibition was really good, and the gallery said we need to skip that and just fit as many people as physically possible inside the room. So we switched from multiplayer LBE to single player, basically just one narrow line working area of by yourself, for yourself, not sharing with other people. And we did it for around 6x6 meter player area for Pico headsets. And here is Ukrainian President Viktor Yushchenko testing the experience by himself and providing some valid comments. He is a big expert in Shevchenko. Last but not least, we also created this 360 projection mapping. We work on such projects a lot, and our traditional approach is using 3D and 2D graphics with motion design elements as well. But again, the aggressive timeline did not allow us to go that route, and we switched to using AI for content production. In a nutshell, there are 55 paintings that we brought to life with AI, and also did some traditional transitions from scene to scene. The general approach is that, so we use 2D painting, we create 360 scene out of it, and then we animate the 360 scene in chunks and reproject it to a certain layout of the room, which was provided by the gallery. So you can feel yourself pretty much immersed in the artwork. Another example is, the one method is just filling up the room kind of gradually, but also you can play with sharing the content from one wall to another, as you can see with that works. Also interesting takeaway from this kind of activation is that using AI can save you a lot of time, but what we can see nowadays is that you gotta be really careful with your AI token spending, because even we are working now on the next exhibition for the gallery. The spend on AI tokens has tripled. So, and it's pretty much unpredictable where it will go next. Yeah, so a couple of stats. Within the first 6 weeks, the gallery got almost 60K visitors, which for a city of our size is a bit crazy, to be honest. It's almost 3x visits from the previous exhibition, and if I calculate correctly, it means like almost 1 in 14 people of Lviv visited the show again, which is crazy. Thank you so much. We are at the C1 stand. Please come talk to us. Thanks.
Thank you very much, Taras. It's actually amazing to see a story told in so many different ways, in so many different medium and merged together. That's really nice, really nice. Congratulations for that.